Hello again. This video serves as an update to my previous video where I compared the GHK AKM version 3 to the version 2. In that video I demonstrated that the version 3 was extremely sluggish and the power output was very low. Since uploading that video I have spoken to some of the guys in the Heavy Recoil Club Discord, and they have indicated that if I had the hop turned all the way off, this would have a impact on the power output. And I did indeed turn the hop all the way off because I didn't want to have any impact on the power of the gun. But by doing so, when the gun cycles, the BB gets moved a little bit down the barrel, which then breaks the seal, and the power output is decreased. So I took their advice on, and I applied some hop, tested again, and the FPS did increase. So in the previous test I did, the FPS was around an average of 140. After applying some hop, the FPS has gone up to around 230. So it's a big increase, but it's still well below what would be practical for playing airsoft, and that's when testing with a 0.2 gram BB. I've been wanting to make an update video for the last week after I discovered something in particular with the nozzle in the version 3, but due to poor weather conditions and in particular flooding, I live in an area near the River Trent in Nottinghamshire, and the water levels have reached roughly 5.5 metres above where they would normally be. So I've seen flooding in areas I've never seen it before, and some areas have become inaccessible. Luckily those waters are starting to recede now, but it has been particularly bad. But after running that test with the hop applied, I decided to take the gun completely apart, and I was inspecting the nozzle, and I discovered inside of the front of the nozzle where the gas would be released to push the BB out of the barrel, there was a little copper restrictor inserted. So I knocked the two pins out of the nozzle and then pushed this out with just a pin punch, and it came out relatively simply, and then put everything back together again, tested again, and the power output had gone up dramatically. And additionally to that, the cycling of the gun was far better as well. So I'm not too sure what was happening. I've used the FGS soft grub screw nozzles before, which should basically work the same as this, but I don't think that those redirect the gas back into the gun, whereas I think that this may have been pushing the gas back into the gun and then causing some kind of cool down. I'm not exactly sure what the reason was for the sluggish behaviour, but by removing it, it's made a dramatic improvement to the gun. So in this video today, I'm going to run the same test again that I did in the previous video using 0.2 gram BBs. In this first mag, I'm going to run the winter gas, and then after that I'm going to be running the gas I would typically use throughout the year. I like this ultra air gas because it doesn't contain any silicone, but I'd run that during the summer, and I've got that in all of the rest of the mags. So I'm going to run this mag through the Chrono, this mag through the Chrono, and then the rest of the mags I'm going to fire them for automatic just to see how it cycles. Temperature wise, we're at 10.5 degrees, so it's a little bit warmer than it was when I tested before, but not by much. It still feels very cold. So I'm just going to get everything set up for testing, and we'll go from there. So we're going to test the winter gas first using 0.2 gram BBs. That's 367, 351, 345, 350, 377, 350, 367, didn't register, 370, 368, 345, 347. That's the end of the mag. So next is the summer gas. $369, $367, $383, $374, $364, $366, $377, $362, $367, $356, $368, $357, $376, $369, $363, $356, $347, $359, $352. That's the end of the mag. So yeah, that's a massive increase. So it's been a few days since I recorded that first part of the video. Right after I finished recording the Chrono Test, the rain started pouring again. Since then it's gotten extremely cold, and even though the sun is out right now, temperature wise we're only at 3.5 degrees. So I thought as a bit of a fun test I would mag dump 4 mags using the all year round gas, the ultra air stuff, and see how it does. The gun's been sat out here for about half an hour along with the Garmin and along with the mags as well, so everything's properly chilled down. So I'm not expecting great results from this test, to be honest, and I'll be surprised if we even get through 1 mag. There it goes. Slow down. Well, it's got through that mag. Mag's empty. There's no round in the chamber. So that one shot all the rounds, but oh, it hasn't shot all the rounds. That wasn't cycling. That one is struggling. That can't get through the mag. We're firing them, but we're not really getting any range. So we're failing to get through these mags now. I've got through the first one pretty well, but everything past that's not been great. Well, I've fired all the rounds, but it's continuing to fire. Let's see if I can get through the rest of these. Got through the mag, but again, it continues to fire. Yeah, it doesn't have enough power to cycle the weapon. But yeah, thought that'd be a little fun test. It is a very hard test for this gun to complete because it's got such a heavy bolt. But yeah, in the next part of the video I'm going to just do a quick overview of the gun and just talk about the condition of the AK that I received. So I've seen some posts online from people that have received the GHK AKM version 3, and I've been shocked at how bad some of those guns have actually been. When viewed from the back, some of the guns really do look like banana mags with how bent they are, and it just goes to show that GHK's quality control is still non-existent, and none of these guns should have left the factory if they were actually checked. Some of the issues people have had with the gun is that the stock will not be aligned correctly, and it'll be bent out to the right. The receiver will be bent. The trunnion will not be aligned correctly. The upper handguard will be wobbly. The lower handguard will not be aligned correctly, meaning that the unjamming rod is very difficult to get out and you have to use a tool to hook it out. The front sight post is not aligned correctly. The magazine wobbles, so when the gun cycles it wobbles around, which I'm guessing would then break the seal, meaning that the gas efficiency is reduced even further. And probably one of the worst ones is the rivets not being installed correctly, because it's just so easy to have seen if someone had actually checked. With the AK I've received, I've not got any of the issues I've just pointed out at this end of the gun. So the stock is aligned correctly. I've not had to manhandle the receiver and bend it back into position. The trunnions aligned. The upper handguard is not wobbly. That's really sturdy. The lower handguard is aligned correctly, and the unjamming rod comes out quick, nice and easy. The front sight post is canted to the right by 10 degrees, which seems to be a common issue across the entire batch, well, the first entire batch of this version of the gun. The magazine does not wobble, and the rivets have all been installed correctly. So the only part of the gun that I've changed is the grip. The grip that came with the gun is a cheap plastic one. It's very small, it just doesn't feel good to use, so I have switched it out with a Magpul one, which is a lot better. I have got some plans to fix the canted front sight. I'm intending on using this block of wood to create like a vice grip gripping pad to go around the barrel, and then I'm going to use a hammer to try and knock it back into position, to use a ball sight kit to make sure that the front sight post is aligned correctly. So I might do a video for that. We'll see. If there's any interest, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely will do that. But yeah, I do feel very fortunate to have received a gun in such good condition. Obviously I've had the issue with the power, which is now resolved, and the cycling, but now I think that the gun's in pretty good working condition. And that's all I've got, so thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.